Welcome back, YouTube. Welcome back. Since it's October, I figured I'd make a video about possession. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I forgot what inspired me to make this video, but since we coming up on the holidays, you know what I'm saying, that for some odd reason everybody loves Halloween, Hallow's Eve. You feel me? This is the one day where possession is at its height. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Want to know why? Because, bro, like, people don't realize that, like, aside from Halloween, you know, we go through small forms of possession every day. Oh, look at how this glowing, bro. That's look crazy. All right, let me calm down. All right, so, we go through small forms of possession every day. You know what I'm saying? When, you know, if you were ninja, if you were no, I ain't gonna say it. But we ain't hit the 2 minute mark yet. But like um if you're black, then every ninja has a white voice. You know what I mean? They have a white person like way that they like act. You know what I mean? When they trying to do some professional shit. You know what I'm saying? So like that's a form of possession. That right there is a form of possession. If you didn't know, bro. You know what I mean? When you go through certain states of being, like, certain emotional states of being, you are embodying certain ancestors or archetypal figures. That is also a small form of possession. You feel me? So, you know what I mean? Just stay off the dome, bro. Like, cause I know this stuff all too well. So, as mentioned in the video before, I was talking about how like music has a huge influence on your subconscious, and like certain types of music that you listen to can be a form of possession. You feel me? Or that's what it leads to. You know what I'm saying? Because music is what moves the spirit. You feel me? So whatever type of music you listening to, that heavy metal shit, you know what I'm saying? That punk rock gothic fuckery, you know what I'm saying? If you listening to that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? That shit is weighing your spirit down. That's why it's called heavy metal. Like I said, the truth is hidden in plain sight. You know what I'm saying? Names are titles. So whatever anything dawns as its title, as its name, is giving you inclination of what it is spiritually, or what energy is attached to it. You know what I'm saying? So if heavy metal, you know what I'm saying, is just like very chaotic and fast, bombarding type of music, you know what I'm saying? Very chaotic, you know what I mean? It only makes sense that will weigh down your spirit, right? You feel me? It's heavy metal. Heavy metal. You know what I'm saying? It's dragging you down to hell, so to say. But anyway, we go through small forms of possession on a daily basis, bro. As you switch to work mode, as you switch from um being a boss at work to, being the head of the household at home. All of these things are small forms of possession. These are different personalities. These are different aspects of you. Now, when we talking in terms of Halloween and days like this, um, these are days where people invoke whatever whatever energies that they are attracted to the most, or attached to the most. You know what I'm saying? So it's a way for it's a way for people to be very vulnerable about who they truly are. You know what I'm saying? That's for one thing. But like I said, it's also a moment for this person to become possessed by this archetypal figure. It's a moment for you to embody this idea or this entity, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time it's some demonic shit, some scary shit. You feel me? And most people that don't really know nothing about this stuff, on the surface, they look at it as like, oh, this is just the horror thing that I like to watch. You feel me? This is why I don't watch no more horror. I used to watch all that stuff, easily. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I normalize and act like, because like when I used to watch, I'd be like, what would I do in these situations? You know what I'm saying? Because everything that they would do in the movie would be so stupid. You know what I'm saying? You just like in particular, if a zombie apocalypse was going on, I think I would be fine, because most of the time zombies are slow and stupid. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I used to watch The Walking Dead and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But, as I got older, the more aware I became, the more I started to detach from those type of things, bro. You feel me? Because it's just hinting towards to where you are spiritually. That's really what it's hinting towards, bro. So, you know what I mean? Mind you, there's power in everything. You know what I'm saying? Just like people invoke certain deities and gods, there are people who invoke and channel certain demons and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They're virtually the same things, but just on a different spectrum. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if you agree to exist in certain areas of life, you are willingly accepting certain aspects of that reality. You feel me? But most of the people who attach themselves to those things, they don't really, they're not fully conscious of what they actually doing. You know what I'm saying? But Halloween or the Day of the Dead, this is when the veil is thin. This is when you can communicate with the dead and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? The veil is thin between this dimension, the material world, and the spiritual plane. So, all those archetypal figures, those intellectual ideas that we then conjured up in our minds, and it manifested into an actual being in another realm, they get a chance to, to walk the earth, through possession. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much, what Halloween is. It's a day for motherfuckers to become possessed. But it's also, when you are conscious of it, it's also a day for you to embody the things you attach yourself to, or just to embody aspects of the human psyche that you want to embody as an individual. But like I said, like most people, they are vicariously doing this unconsciously. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's about it, bro. I just wanted to make a quick little video about possession. I'm sure it's a whole lot more stuff I can talk about, but we're going to save it for a better time. You feel me? So I think this is a good thing to mention, you know, for my religious folks out there, you know what I mean, who catch themselves getting the Holy Spirit. Woo! You know what I'm saying? For people who be doing all that extra shit, getting the Holy Spirit, them niggas is possessed. You possessed by the whole Spirit, the Holy Spirit. You know what I mean? I don't really think it makes sense for somebody to be having holes in their spirit, but to each his own. Shouts out to y'all, whoever watching this, and y'all stay blessed and never stressed, my nigga. It's a nice, beautiful day, and I'm grateful that I'm able to do this. Peace.